Hey boys, this is gonna be incredibly poorly filmed, but you're just gonna have to deal with that. So, yeah, welcome to Sketchbook Tour Town. This is my 16th sketchbook, which is a whole many. And this one's pretty weird because it's an odd size, and it's split up into like 3 distinct times. 2 of them are pretty close together, but the others months ago. So, yeah. So it begins in December 2016 because I forgot my usual sketchbook while I was traveling, and that sucked. So I went to an art store and I bought a sketchbook and like 5 markers, and I drew a whole bunch. And I actually found out about CISA during that trip, so I was super motivated to get good at art. So I drew a ton while I was there, which I already drew a ton generally, but this was like 2 days. And these are some of my first like drawings from life, where I was just sitting and drawing the people around me. And, well, they suck, but, ooh. So, this is my character, Savan. He's also been in the first couple pages, but he's been around a long time, and his designs changed a lot just through this. Oof, that's too far. But yeah, so this is the first section, and this is the end of it. Ooh. So this, I was testing out which sketchbook I wanted to bring for the cruise I was going on, which I was only going to use it for like while we were at Cuba, as you can tell here, which we were at Cuba for like a day on that cruise, and it was incredible, and just wow. Wowee! But I used this sketchbook when I was there, so this is the second distinct time, and I love drawing trees. Look at them. They're good and wiggly. And I really like this one. It's one of the few I colored with watercolor. More trees. And this is when I officially started the sketchbook. So I like to do goals in front of my sketchbook. And there's me and some skeleton babes. And him. I just like him immensely. And trees again. And I like doing really fast figure drawings, so these are 30-ish as labeled and 1 minute. Most of my figure drawings are labeled with how much time was, but I'll let you know when they aren't. The sketchbook's mostly just filled with character designs and doodles and figure drawing. So this is like character stuff for Adelaide, and these are notes for movie club, and sketches for movie club and game night. Character stuff with Mesa, testing out some different ways of drawing her hair, and Marcion. I forgot I drew Marcion in here. Lots of Mesa. This is like the most Mesa drawing of Mesa I have, which is a good time. I need to figure out how to make all the drawings of Mesa look like Mesa. Notes from short films and just research from animation class. Oof. The shakes. Run cycle thumbnails. And tests. Void Boy. My Void Boy Savan. Some light sketches you probably can't see. Notes and character development, Adelaide. And I really like these two. I don't care for either of these very much, but I just really like these two. This moment. How can I hold my phone in a way that will not die? The answer is I can't. And then one of my best friends, Theo, came to visit, and he lives ages away, and I've only ever met him once before, and he was here for like longer than a week. Like, I don't know how long, but it was a long time, and it was great. So there's a lot of drawings of Theo. And Adelaide and some thumbnails from the craft. And I really like this lady. She's angular and looks like she is ready to kill. And I thank her for just stabbing me. Follow the tingle. Sailor Moon Scrimbo. This page is all drawn by Theo. Figure drawing with Theo and Mina. So it's 1 minute ones, and then I think we do, 2 minute ones. I really like these like this whole set. I really like them. The outside of my old house. And some notes. And some thumbnail studies from Chicago. And I also got a ton of new pens, and you'll see them like taking over the sketchbook, and they're also using this. And blob drawings. I had Theo draw blobs on this one, and Mina draw blobs on this one, and then I drew blobs in both of their sketchbooks, and we would go over them and turn them into things. I like this man, and also this lady, and her. A whole lot. Condiment ladies. These are 5-minute figures. More blob drawings, which are... This one's upside down because I am a fool. Rub-a-dub-dub. Oof, oof. And these are sketches of friends from the camp out that we went to while Theo was here, which was Pismo, and it was great. And this is some landscape sketches from that. Some trees. Quell, but he has muscles and a whole body. Oh no. D&D notes. Bog musical notes. Bog fig notes. More drawings of my good pals. Oof. And this is a redrawing of a pretty old drawing of the cast and crew of Thunder Train, which Thunder Train's a movie that me and my friends as a movie club made earlier this year. It's quite a movie, and this is me. These ones look more like actual, except for all of these. These don't look like actual. They're just too messy to be. And then I tried to cartoon them and did some dialogue from it. And yeah. My boy. But angsty. And these are some life drawings from, we went to Portfolio Day. And these are also from that. And these are some notes about what comments I got from that. It was a pretty good time. And this is a painting of Savannah I did while we were watching Amelie, and I took notes. Because I'm a big nerd for art. And then this was a fun one. I had Theo draw silhouettes of characters, and I did silhouettes of characters in his sketchbook, and then we went over them and added detail and stuff. And I really liked it. It was a good exercise. Some pretty fun shapes came out of it. The sketchbook's really just full of life drawing and notes. It's just life drawing, Savannah, and notes. So this is life drawing of Theo, and also Theo, and several other friends. Really just, it's just Remy. It's just solid Remy, and also Log Log, but ooh. Some more life drawing, and notes, and ooh, Bob Musical lyrics and weird doodles. Him. And then I was just doing some messy studies of shape language, which didn't work too well in the official Remy count, which has added to it since then. Which squares and triangles. And then I did a fun exercise, which was doing 30-second figure drawings, but each set I focused on a different shape, but this one isn't focusing on shape, it was just warming up. And then there's triangle ones, circle ones, and square ones. Square ones were the hardest for me. I usually use a combination of like triangles and circles, but I don't use squares that much. And trees, good content trees are. I think this one's like, yeah, 10-ish minutes for both of these, but then also adding on to them out of the time limit. I didn't paint it during the time limit. This mess of a page, which I also really like, with my boy, some face studies, and this is all done on top of some really rough gesture drawings of soccer players over here, which I didn't like, so I drew over. Some crayon houses with watercolor, going back to my roots, my 3-year-old roots. More Savon, some notes on Stranger Things, and some environment design, super messy environment design. And these are figure drawings and life drawings from a Halloween dance I went to. More of my boy Savon. Some life drawings from while I was waiting in line at the Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland, which my life drawings don't usually work out this well, but these really did. More character design notes. Another day, another time to make breakfast. A quote from our upcoming movie, or at least the current draft of it. Ooh. My boy, Savon. There's so many pages that are just solid Savon. I really like this spread. It's orange. It's got some good kids. What more could you need? Mesa, because I don't know how to draw Mesa still. And then these are fun. I did figure drawings, but instead of drawing the actual model, I drew Mesa, which turned out really well, and they were really soft and flowy because of my poor dying orange marker. And these are my sister's characters, and I really like how this one came out. I don't know how I did it, but it was like 4 a.m. and art worked. Some lesser used characters who I still love. Lots of notes. More of my boy Savon and some storyboard tests and head studies that are super messy. Skeleton boys. My dog. He a big floppy boy. Some design tests, and I really like this drawing for some reason. It's of Savon, and it just, I don't know, it's flowy and good. Oof. All of these look good on their own, but they're not in proportion to each other at all. Some shape studies again. I don't know if you can see this, but it's Cassie, and I love her. And then this is from a couple nights ago, because we're nearing the end of the sketchbook, and it's just a ton of life drawings pretty much. I really like this one. It worked surprisingly well. And then this was fun. I did some 30-second figures and then went over and drew in the skeleton. And then these ones are 1-minute figures, except I just drew the skeleton, and they're wiggly and great. And now we've reached the final page. It's just a lot of me's. It's just a lot of them. And some notes and statistics.